Good evening and welcome. I am so delighted that you're here this evening. As my wife and I have traveled around the world, we look forward to coming to Singapore. Singapore is a very small country geographically, but it's a very influential country in the world. It's known as a multicultural society. Here you can find people of a variety of backgrounds, linguistic dialects, a variety of cultures, and they're living together in peace. It's a model for the world of cleanliness. You know, somebody said Singapore is a very fine country. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
They fine you if you throw trash on the street. They fine you if you jaywalk. They fine you. What don't they fine you for? This is a marvelous country, and we have been enjoying it so much. We've had a chance to visit the waterfront area. I don't think I've been in a country that has so many restaurants as Singapore. Yet you eat so much in the restaurants, and most of Singaporeans are so slim. Now you're going to have to explain that to me, won't you? How you can eat so much in those restaurants and yet be so slim. Somebody said, Singapore is very religious. Shopping is a religion and eating is a religion. But yet deep down in the Singaporean heart, there is that desire for joy, for peace, for happiness. There is that desire for a sense of stability and hope for the future. During Discoveries 08, I'm going to invite you on a journey with me. We're going to take a journey to the lands of the Middle East. We're going to travel through Egypt and through Israel. We're going to travel through the great countries of the Middle East. And we're going to discover lessons from the ancient past that bring meaning and hope to our lives today. We're living in a very critical time in this Earth's history. We're living at a time where the economy has collapsed. We're living at a time when people are reaching out, looking for hope, looking for purpose, and looking for direction in their lives. Whether you come from a Buddhist background, a Muslim background, a Hindu background, or a Christian background, or whether you have no religious background at all, you're welcome here. Here we're going to explore the great questions of life. We're going to look at the great issues of life. And we're going to journey together. Journey back into time, and we're going to look at an ancient book called the Bible and see how it reveals to us how to have that peace of mind and that hope in the future that we're all looking for. Now, during our meetings, we're not only going to be looking into life here today and life here tomorrow, we're not only going to be looking at the spiritual dimensions of life, we're going to look at the physical and mental dimensions of life. And starting tomorrow night, each evening, my wife's going to share nuggets and principles of health that will help you to live longer and happier. Tell us what you're going to be sharing with us tomorrow night, and tell us a little bit about the health aspect of this series.
Well, first of all, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
I am so delighted to be in such a beautiful country. I don't think I've ever been in a city where I wouldn't see concrete and steel when I go down the middle of the road. But when I drive in the middle of the road here, I see these beautiful trees and shrubs and flowers. How wonderful and privileged to be in such a beautiful country. So this is my first time to Singapore, and I'm just delighted to be here with you. And each evening, for the next few evenings, we're going to be talking about health. Now, we all want to live longer, right? We all want to be happier and healthier, and we're going to discuss some of the major diseases in the world, the major killers, the major diseases right here in Singapore, and how we can avoid those major diseases: heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and so many things that are killing so many people in our world today. We're going to be discussing how we can just use simple, natural principles and avoid these diseases. So we're going to be discussing how you can look better and feel better and have more energy and actually live longer. And these principles work around the world, wherever you are, whether we're here in Singapore or whether we're in Europe or in my country of the United States of America, wherever you are, these principles work. So we're going to have a good time learning how to live longer.
So I can guarantee you that Mrs. Finley will help you in your health principles. She's been keeping me healthy for 40 years. and we ride bikes together. You know, she rollerblades. So if you see a woman rollerblading by you down the street on Orchard Road, take 2 looks because it may be Mrs. Finley. We climb mountains together. We now have 2 grandkids, and when we are 113, we want to be climbing mountains with our grandkids. So these physical health principles that she gives you will help to reduce cancer and heart disease, diabetes, keep you filled with energy as she brings the latest scientific findings on health around the world. Now, let me tell you a little